Disc brake or rim brake?
Disc brake, disc brake, disc brake. I cannot believe that it took that long to put disc brakes on normal road bikes, and I cannot believe anyone wouldn't want not disc brakes. So riding a disc brake bike around St. Moritz, the mountains, is just revolutionary. Obviously, there's some technology that needs to be improved. It needs to get lighter and all that kind of stuff, but that'll happen pretty quickly now, I think. Disc brakes for sure.
I do love my disc brake on the road bike, but I'm still rim brake on a TT bike.
At the moment I've got rim brakes, so it's kind of not a I've always been a little bit anti-disc brakes. However, I think that's the way the bikes are going, and there's potential next year that I'll be riding a bike with disc brakes, so I'll kind of come to accept that. I've not ridden a bike with disc brakes yet, so I mean I've heard it's fantastic and the performance is good. I probably shouldn't judge until I've given it a try.
I've never actually used disc brakes yet, so I'm just going for a rim brake, but that's just because of the equipment what I've got at the moment. So I'll be going for rims.
Disc brake, more reliable.
Rim brake. Yeah. I'm very old-fashioned. Yes.
I've trialled both. Obviously it's a rim brake, disc brake. It's an industry thing. It's obviously much more, pleasant being on a disc brake if you have to brake in an uncomfortable circumstance. I'm used to rim brake. I've raced on it for years. I've done all that. At this point, I don't have a preference. But, if it's better for the industry that everything goes the way of disc brakes and safety and all of that, I think in the road sense, I agree with the argument that you can't have half the peloton on it and half not, because it's different braking points, different things like that. So I think if we're all going to do it, we just all have to do it and deal with it. It's not up to us to make rules. It's up to us to race, and it's up to the industry to build the bikes. So, whatever they do, I just prefer that they do it for everyone.
Disc brake or rim brake? Are you opposed to disc brake? Do you like the idea of it?
I haven't ridden a disc brake yet, so I'm coming from the perspective that I only know the rim brake. I'm nervous about the disc brakes because of just the additional mechanical skill that I'm going to need to have. Like, I really pride myself in being quite technically savvy, but disc brakes are tough. Like, you have to know how to keep your rotors from getting bent in travel, and do you have to bleed the lines? Is it going to be a wire brake versus a fluid brake? So there's a lot of moving parts, and clearly athletes are adapting, but I think that they're a bit more finicky, and there's just leaves a bit more room for error, and I think it'll be a tough transition for me. I'm sounding old.
Stick with what you know, maybe.
Disc brakes. I would be on disc brakes already if there would be the options. I think it leaves wheel manufacturers more space to create even better shapes of the rim. You are not braking on a part of the bike which actually have to carry weight. Carbon has become pretty good with braking, but it's still not a very good idea to have rubber on something like carbon in my opinion. So also on bad weather and so on, disc brakes.
And obviously this is course dependent, but 2x or 1x?
Yeah, course dependent. Obviously, I think 1x is certainly going to be the future. I think carrying an extra derailleur and an extra chainring for that one little tiny hill on the whole course is pretty pointless. So I think 1x is going to be the future, but at the moment still definitely 2x.
2x on this course, but if I race Texas next year, I'll go for a 1x.
I think 2. Yeah, I think you got to have the variation in and different loads in your legs to make sure you can still run off the end of it.
I like to race 1x one day also in Roth. 1x is just a great feeling, and it will be the future also in time trial and triathlon, but it depends on the course. It's not made for every course, and for Roth it's still critical because the beginning of the climb in Greding is kind of steep. If you don't have this, then it would be okay. The other climbs are okay with a big chainring. But with this, maybe I have to think about it and also make some analysis about my data this year, and then I can make some calculation. Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? And then also I live close by here. I can do some tests here.
I mean, if it's dead flat, then I'd definitely say just one chainring.
I think it's a great idea, and honestly, I'd probably race a one by. I mean, I think I used a 55 in Kona last year, but I could have used bigger. I could have used 56 or even 58 without too much trouble. Had plenty of gears on the back going up the climb to Hawaii.
Oh, that's interesting because my soon-to-be husband, he's just testing that. So he's riding around with just one chainring, to be honest. And I have two because I know this course very well, and there's like a long uphill session, and yeah, I would need like a 36 or something in the back to get uphill on my big. So for flat courses, like for example Challenge Almere, one, and then for this course, double.
No, not on a road bike, to be honest. There are definitely some courses where you would be able to go one by. Not on this course, and I think the problem with one by in road cycling is the speed varies so much, and I don't like the idea of losing another like 2 watts probably because of a very cross chain line, and also the steps. They're getting too big between each gear. So yes, on a course like Samarine, where it's completely flat, I would go one by any time.
If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and to see more from GTN, just click on the globe and subscribe. Now, if you'd like to see more videos on age group mechanicals, then you can see that by clicking down here. If you'd like to see another Ask the Pros, just click down here.